Welcome back after our intermission here, guys. We all know I'm too cheap to buy a full-time subscription here. I'll just use the freebie. So
I think you just want it for the views. You have two different videos every week.
it's a pain to upload two videos, though. Next trade you were involved in. You receiving a Delorier and a 10th. Uh, Captain Crunch grabbing Jones in a 16th. What happened here?
Yeah, he was looking for a D man. I told him take a look. He was shopping. I think he said he was shopping a seventh. I said, like I'm not saying my guys are worth a seventh. I said, but I said you got a tenth there. So if you want to offer me something for a tenth, so he sent it. And I like Delorier. I
That's
could
a lot
use
of
a bit
grit.
more grit. Yeah, and Jones having a good year, but on a bad team. So I wanted to upgrade a D man after, so I was okay with moving one. So
Yeah, it's fair. I don't really have an opinion of the trade. Like you got a 10th for Jones, which is good. To me, that's a great haul for him. Delorier is very serviceable. Adds a lot of grind. So I like the trade for you. Domo, I wish I understood what he was doing. Speaking of Domo and not understand what he's doing, Gustafson, Tolvanen, a 7th and a 16th going to Dan for Sergachev, Couture, a 15th and a 16th. Why is each player receiving a 16th when they're when they're like 3 points difference in the standings? Like it just makes no sense. Like I don't understand that. But essentially, this trade to me was like a 7th for a 15th. Pick wise. Now, what do you think of this trade?
yeah, Dan getting the worst of the 16th rounders out of this.
Yeah.
I will say though, Jones is having a solid year. Just he's been on a bad team. He's picked it up lately point wise. So I understand if you're gonna keep Jones, I can understand that one. This one here, I think Sergachev for a seventh isn't the worst. And then Couture is having a really solid year. But then
Couture's
he
the better
moves.
player in all that whole group,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Sergachev's having a great year. Um, he's really picked it up. He's still not as big as I was hoping he was going to be when I drafted him this year, but he's doing pretty solid. But yeah, but Couture then he moves Couture, so like I could understand keeping him, but
That's the deal I really don't understand. We're gonna talk about that after. It's like
yeah,
he traded Couture on a day where Couture played. I don't know. I
he
just
he's a guy like I was like because me and Dan talk quite a bit, and I'm like I like Couture, man. I'm like, but he's like just not an upgrade enough for me to even go shopping for him. So, but he's like I think he's a good player on a bad team though.
he's having a good year, like a
Yeah.
bounce back year. So
He was a
I
waiver
don't
wire.
mind this. I don't mind this trade in particular. It's when he moves Couture later that I really have an issue. I just don't understand his thinking. Domo, please join us on the show and explain your moves, preferably the trade deadline episode,
It'll
because we
be
know
it'll
you're going
be
to make a bunch of moves. But good on Dan adding another 7th that she doesn't need. That my thing again back to Dan's picks. My thing with him is he doesn't have that many bad picks, but you want a couple of those. So you draft all these good players. You're not going to have any of those spots to just drop people, right? Like get a little aggressive and move a couple of those. I don't know. That's just the trader
well,
in me, though.
he went and got Bennington, so that's a start on the goalies.
I don't know. He's not been good.
No, yeah, good thing he has Grace too.
Wonton Soup hooking up with Fox and Huso. Lucas Raymond in a 14th going to Wonton Soup for an 11th. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I think to get an 11th for 14, that's a fair trade. Yeah, if you got a player, you pay it 11th. I think that's a good deal. It's just the following trades.
The only thing I don't like about this is why. Oh, Lucas Raymond went back in the next deal, right? Or later, he went back to him.
Yeah, yeah, he
Right.
got Zegras
So this is
or
really
whatever.
like a a 3 trade thing between these
I
two.
know. I have a summary of the trades that
All
I'll
right,
talk to.
let's move on to the next one. Here we have Huso and Pacioretty here hooking up. Darnell Nurse going one way with a 17th and an 18th. Um, Travis picking up Zegras a 9th and a 12th. What do you think of this?
I think that's fair value for Nurse, to be honest.
9th and a 12th?
No, yeah, I don't. I like. I could see Nurse wanting like somebody wanting him for like a seventh, let's say. So to have to only give up a ninth and then just the extra 12th. Some large pick gaps here, but we know another one. Pacioretty's trying to be relevant, right? It's just the player going back in the following trades that makes it interesting. I think this is a fair trade on the surface. I think the next one's the crazy one. So
I don't like the pick return, the big difference. Like, I don't like that for Patch. You're taking a
uh,
17th and an 18th. When you're moving, you're getting the better player, but you're taking 2 shitty picks.
yep,
I
but
don't like
not
that.
anything below a nine. So if he wants to save that seventh,
He
then you
probably
get
should just pay the 7th. Next trade, Zegras on the move with an 18th for Raymond and a 6th. What do you think of this one?
yeah. Like I messaged Travis. I'm like, what? You couldn't even give him a fucking refund on Raymond? Like at least give the picks back. Like,
Yeah,
uh, but either way, to pay a six for Zegras. I mean, once again, he's saying he's paying for the guys he wants, right? He's not as loaded for picks as you'd expect him to be, being a seller so early on. But he has the players he wants. Seegers had a huge night that like the next game. Um, yeah, and good on Travis to get a sixth. I'm sure your Patches is like, what the fuck?
yeah. What happens is, right, they work together late at night all the time. Travis is there in Casey's mind. Oh, this would be a good deal. This would be a good deal. Is it a good deal? You're paying a 6th for a guy who's not kept on most teams. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I like Zegras, but you could have used a 6, especially yours, to draft him next year if you really wanted him. Like all
I,
you're doing
I
is
I agree completely with you. There's no way he was being drafted in the sixth round.
no.
I mean, unless he just keeps destroying it, but I don't expect Anaheim to do that.
He's not a first round player right now. Like he probably would have won it for a 7th, but my point is you're moving your 6th for a guy that's going to be in the draft. When you could have
Yeah.
found another player that you've been like, I'm going to keep this guy here. They're just going to draft him.
And an 18th.
Yeah,
Like another huge swing.
I don't like it. And the funny thing is, last year I took a lot of flack from Travis because I moved Zegras to Braden for like a 7th. And he's like, oh, he's not worth that. And he was just going on and on about like he doesn't need that player. It's the same scenario. So you went for a 6 like, and took
And
an 18th back. Like,
I find it interesting too. They both traded my draft picks.
yeah,
Yeah,
they're all over the place. Here's
yeah.
the final piece of that deal. Besser, a 6th, your 6th going back, and an 11th. I believe is the 11th he traded earlier. No, going to Wonton Soup for Adam Fox, a 10th and a 14th. Why don't you tell me about this one? And then give me the
Yeah,
summary, I guess, of the
it
whole.
was the 11th. Um, yeah, like I don't like Fox having a killer year, a sixth for him. Like I would do it right now if I had that sixth like to pay. I've been trying to pay a seventh for him. Um, I went all another way. We'll get there anyways. But
Essentially, you
yeah,
moved his 6th. Like, you give you my 6th back, and I'll give you this defensive. So really, you lost
I know.
Fox and well, Raymond's not a big loss, but like,
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a good on Travis. You just got to settle down now. There's not much left to move, but he just sold a bunch of players, so it'll be interesting to see what he does.
he's never happy with his team, and I love that because he's gonna make his own mistakes to cost him. I don't have to worry about him. He's gonna fuck himself over. I'd like to pick up a Fox though. Fox is having a good year. I'm
Yeah,
not sure that's what Travis really needed, but when his players go in a slump, he loses and my team's not doing anything, right? Like, so I feel like this was a reactionary. He didn't absolutely need Fox. He had Nurse who was doing the same. Uh, and I know this was planned because he was telling me, like I have a big deal going. He's like, I might be able to pick up Zegers and flip him for a 6. Like, and like, what are you getting with that 6 that you don't have with Nurse that you're missing? He just wanted to make the deal to show that he could do it. Like, like you got a 6 for Zegers when you should not have. I feel bad for Casey. Like his ass is probably sore. But that's
All
all.
right.
Good for Travis. He did well in those trades. That's why I don't deal with him too often,
Yeah.
unless it's my ad drops I'm selling.
So the summary of all that is essentially he traded Nurse for Fox. Then he traded a 14th for a 9th, a 17th for a 10th, an 18th for a 12th, and an 18th for a 14th. It's like some large pick differences and another great D man who's just does it a little bit different than Nurse, right? There's some big pick differences.
I don't think he does it as well as Nurse because Nurse puts up way more grind, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
100%. But that's the difference. But Fox puts up a lot of points.
yeah, he does. He
Yeah,
does.
they're just
Nurse
different type of
should
D
put
men,
up
right?
more points, but he doesn't.
Yeah, I agree. He's been underperforming that way. Yeah.
Um, Motombo, you know, you have Travis here complaining about his goaltending, and he moves a guy who's playing well to get the pickup grade now. Like, I don't feel for you now, Travis. Motombo, a 14th and an 18th going to Captain Crunch. For Backstrom, a 12th and a 15th. This one I think was just more about moving Motombo before Allen came back. But how much is Allen going to play if he's been playing well? What do you think?
Yeah, like he's the young guy, right? So why are you not going to let him have a time to shine? Um, yeah, it's not bad for Travis, I guess. But with Demko not back,
That's
I
been
think
hurting
you
him.
got to you got to. Who cares about the picks at this point? You're just trying to compete just for your playoff spot. Um, yeah,
He picks up
I
Backstrom,
don't think
which
it's bad on Domo's part. I don't think it's a bad price to pay on a goalie who's the starter right now.
no,
I think
I
you're going to
like
get
to
a
move
lot
for
of saves.
Domo.
Yeah, for sure.
I like to move for Domo for sure. I just think the guy who's been struggling with his goaltend probably should have kept the guy who's starting right now. Uh,
I agree. Who cares about the picks? Just play the free agency, like with your
yeah,
goalie situation. Who cares?
that's it. Like, so he gave up Motombo a little too early, in my opinion, and that's all. Like, what's the next one here? Backstrom on the move again, back to back here. Backstrom at a 15th for Mercer and a 16th. What do you think of this trade?
I just think it's funny that I think both players get traded again, but there's a pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Because I looked up.
No, Backstrom doesn't.
Yeah, he
What he
does.
did?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he got traded from my pickup grade. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So like two players get traded. It's a one pick difference, so it's not like it's a big deal, right? So what is it here? You got the better pick, and
that's all it
Travis got
was.
he wanted to start.
He called me on Saturday night and said, "Hey, like, can I have your pickup grade, your ad drop?" Like, yeah, we can do it right now because the guy I'm dropping didn't play. So I got it done Saturday night for him, so we had him. Then he ends up trading him because things went wrong for him on Saturday night. He's like, can't win now. I was a little aggravated because like he asked me to pick that up, and when that other trade goes through, I'm like, did you just go and sell my ad drop for a higher price? Like I'm gonna have to up my prices on you. Like
They gave you the
but
friend discount.
it's like he woke up to that offer. It was a cold offer, so
Fair.
but yeah, it was that's all it was. Ad drop sell. I'll sell it for a pick upgrade. Helps me. I'm not using it. Captain Crunch picks up Mikey Anderson at 16th from Wonton Soup for Mayfield and a 12. What do you think of this?
I don't know much about
Classic
Anderson to
Domo.
be honest. Like,
Classic Domo.
isn't he
Just like
just super grindy?
Yeah, I don't even know if he's that grindy. Like,
Oh, now I gotta check. But a 12th for a guy like I feel like I should know him if he's worth much. Was it
honestly,
from
it
the
was just
start? Was it
he
from the
just wanted
start?
to start on him, right? That's all.
Yeah, he puts up like 4 hits a game, pretty much. That's
That's
about it.
solid.
Not a whole lot of much else. A couple blocks.
But he's on the ice, so that matters. That this is the one. I don't understand what he was thinking, but Huso picks up Couture, who was playing that day. Comfer a 14 and a 16. And he moves Palat, Mercer a 16 and an 18. Again, those 16s. I guess there's at least there's a little difference in the standings here. So there's a slight improvement on the 16s, but like I just don't understand. I'm gonna trade you my 16 for that 16. Like, what's the point? But Couture, the best player in the trade, in my opinion, and he gets to pick up grades. What do you think?
I feel the exact same way. Like I
And Couture was playing.
I know. I don't understand. I said to Travis, I'm like, man, I like Couture. Like I feel like he's having a great year. And then I send him a trade offer for a pickup grade on him, and he declines it. He's like, "You convinced me." I'm like shit. Yeah,
I wish I
no, I
understood
think it's a
you.
great deal
It's
for
good. Yeah, I don't.
Travis. Oh
Travis,
no,
he has to
Domo's
pick
pick
that.
situation is rough right now.
That's the life he lives. He's
Like, but
gonna.
it hasn't been that bad, but he's been heavy in this week's review.
I don't know what he's gonna do next season. He won't have any assets, and he might not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
Don't
his
fuck
best pick.
your franchise over, then expect me to sell it to someone here.
I expect his best pick is the 12th.
Like I've been there, but I usually have a good team to show for it.
He's in a playoff spot now. He's moving up.
Yeah, that's it though. You're not competing. You're fucking struggling to get into the playoffs. You think you're gonna win? You're not gonna have a roster. You're not gonna have a solid roster. Like, what are you gonna do? Anyway, he whatever. He'll start losing out once the deadline passes because he won't be able to make these deals.
It's just a lot of trades. Holy shit. I make a lot of trades too, I guess, so I can't say much.
The next one, the next two are kind of the same one. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to Comfer or to keep Backstrom. It was a pickup grade, sell from my ad drop. Essentially, Comfer for Teravainen. Well, he traded me Comfer. I dropped Comfer, picked up Teravainen for him. I got a pickup grade, got Backstrom back.
Mm.
And then he gets injured. I probably should have just dropped him and used Comfer. But so again, pickup grade for my ad drop. Not much to talk about, but if you want to say something, now's the time.
Oh, it's the 16th too. It's like it's deep.
That's my worst pick right now. It'll
Sorry.
probably be for sale this week, guys. This is a trade, pretty big trade. I know there's some people that are a little disgruntled about this trade. But we'll talk about it here. 7 on the ice, Aaron Ekblad, and a 10th. Over to you, Morrissey, and an 18th. Let me tell me what happened here.
Yeah, I sent a cold offer to Mark, and he accepted it. No trade. I don't think I've ever had a trade that I've actually like talked or to Mark about. It's just like been like a cold offer. I'm like Morrissey. I know he was just like a waiver wire ad earlier in the year for him, so I don't think he valued him as much as I think he's worth at least. So I figured a 10th was a fair starting point offer, and he accepted it. So I was pretty happy with this trade, to be honest. Like I think a 10th is nothing. And I'm like, you know what? Make it an 18th, make it at least appealing. I'm not trying to be stingy on the 3 round. And so I was trying to be strategic with it, but it paid off.
This, I know for a fact it was another GM who was messaging Mark about Morrissey. I don't know. I don't believe Mark checked the messages or replied something like that. But this GM was willing to pay an eighth.
I would have as well, to be honest.
Yeah, like
So
and it just sometimes you got to talk to someone to see like, well, what's the
mhm.
real value here, right? Like that's why I hate cold trades. I hate cold trades. If I get a cold trade, it's probably being rejected unless it greatly benefits me.
Yeah, there's not too many GMs I do it to. Most I talk to about it, but
Yeah, if I get a cold trade, it better be something that knocks my socks off. Otherwise, I'm gonna message you, tell you what the fuck are you thinking? Like, get out of here with that trash. Uh, but yeah, Mark's more of a cold trade kind of guy. I hear some of
yeah.
his offers are pretty sketchy.
I've seen a few screenshots, Travis.
I hear about it all the time. All right, some big matchups this week. I mean, we're gonna have big matchups every week when there's only 4 teams out of it, right? So
Oh yeah.
let's get right into it. First matchup we're going to talk about the 12-1-2 Team Ramrods currently holding first place down, taking on Captain Crunch Big Daltrey. It's in an 8-7-0, clinging for his life to this 8th place, his playoff hopes. He's in it for a tough matchup this week. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with you. I don't think I have to say a whole lot. Can't go against you. I've been trying to catch you, and I'm on like a six week heater, and I've made no ground, so it's tough. I will say as well, I have to play Domo again the rest of the season too. So like it's a couple of tough matchups for him trying to climb in, right? And not even the teams you care about beating. Like we're not the ones he cares about beating at this point. So there's 5 guys.
He cares about beating all of us because
Well,
if
yeah, in
if
that
he
sense,
loses,
but
he could be out, right?
yeah, but like it's not even like he gets that. It's like he's the people he's chasing, he's beating, and it is a tough matchup. So yeah,
It's
I'm
fair.
giving my vote to you though.
I appreciate that vote of confidence. I'm also gonna give my vote to me. I don't think I've ever in the history of this show went against myself, so uh, I don't think this season is the season to go against it either. Like my team's getting me by. So some weeks are close, some aren't, but they're getting me by they're giving me what I need when I need it. So
Just enough.
that's it. That's all I need. Just enough. You know, I remember beating Domo in the finals because of a short-handed game-winning goal. It was the best thing ever. Stevenson, he has a spot on my team every year because of it.
I mean, he's a nice utility guy.
Yeah,
Center, left wing, right wing with a little bit of grind too.
yeah. And he plays PK power play, like
Yeah.
does it all. Great guy. Forever spot on my team.
So you vote for yourself.
Huso, Fox and the Huso here, 8-6-1, holding on to 7th place, so tied for 5th, however you want to look at it. 7 on the ice, 12th place, 6-8-1. Big matchup here this week. Who do you got?
Oh, it's a tough one, eh? I could see either of them winning. Um,
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it to Travis. I think he has the deeper players. That's the difference in my opinion. But uh, yeah, it's gonna be tight. It can go either way. I could see it being a tie, but I'm gonna give it to Travis.
I spent the whole show there ripping into Travis a bit, and I'm gonna give him the win this week because I don't like Mark's team, and Yari just went down, so I think that hurts him too. Like
He
I just
has
think
the Smith, but still, it's not the same, obviously.
he's not getting all the starts now. He's gonna get like two
True.
of three
Probably, yeah.
because whoever's gonna be their backup's
They're
gonna get
gonna
a
get the
start
back
here or
to
there.
back.
So I think Travis will take it, and Mark will slip into the danger zone just in time to finish the season against Ramrod. It's gonna be beautiful, boys. Team Rocket, 113-1, 16th place. You know, trying to tie that record set by E-Rock for anyone who might remember him.
I
He
do.
played with us one season, and in that one season, he went 119-1.
Yeah, he was not active and he did not come back for another season. He was
He
my
was
he's my
not
friend.
active. he did not draft well either. His team was not good.
Yeah,
But
he did not. He was not up to date with current rosters. That's for sure. He drafted
yeah,
like 5 years behind.
unprecedented things almost, you know. I wish Kyle could break the record, but no, unfortunately.
Ty's good.
But he's taking on Chris Crichton, Crease Crashers here. Kind of a gift for Sean here, who's clinging onto his playoff hopes. 7-6-2 in ninth place. Who do you got?
Yeah, I'm giving it to Sean. Kyle even selling a couple more keepers here.
Yeah, he's just
So
getting worse. Like,
yeah, he's getting slim, right?
I hate to do it, but I'm going to agree with you. I hate giving Sean the benefit of the doubt, but I think you're gonna get it, Sean. It's a gimme. It's a layup. Just take it. Forgot about Dre here. 10-4-1, sitting in third place, taking on Doll Try the Beef. 3-11-1 in 15th. Who do you got here?
Gotta go with Nick. Not a whole lot to say. Daltrey's gonna stay near the bottom of the standings, and Kyle has to hope for a big win here if he wants any chance at not having to put that on his mantle.
I'm gonna go with you there. Nick's gonna take this. Like this should be a layup. Should be a gimme.
Layup.
I do believe though Daltrey has a man game advantage. It's significant. I believe Nick was saying that at work. So I don't think he's 100% confident. Like I don't think he's worried, but I think there's some things that can go wrong for him this week, right? So
Right now, Daltrey gets one extra game, so
oh, there. I think he must
so
have.
whatever changed.
Yeah, he probably hit start all of a sudden it was closer.
Yeah,
But yeah, was that for the week though, the one game, or is that just what they have left?
for what they have left and the week, 54-53. He has a one game advantage left right now. He has an advantage.
That's nothing. Like Nick will
Yeah.
take that easily. Sorry, Daltrey. Cheech and Chong here, 4-10-1 in 14th place, taking on Clefbaum 7-7-1 in 10th place. Who you got here?
I'm gonna give it to Kyle. Dan's teams. I don't think he's a bad team, but yeah, they're not. They haven't impressed me at least, so got to give it to Kyle. I like Kyle's forwards. The goalie situation week by week, it's a little iffy, but I think either way, he should be competing with Dan's at least.
Kyle's competing for playoff spot. Dan's not. I have to give it to Kyle. Like I can't
Yeah,
knowingly give it to a guy who's not even gonna make close to making the playoffs. So Kyle, I think you're gonna take down Dan. It doesn't look good right now, but there's still lots of week left.
didn't even notice what the score is.
9-3. As long I assume this is updated. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
9-3 at one point.
yeah, Dan's doing pretty good right now though.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and a lot of week left, man. Oh yeah.
Jager Bombs, 8-6-1 in sixth place. Taking on the Rasmus Dahlin fan club here. Derek at 9-6-0 in fourth place. Who do you got here?
Okay, I'm giving this one to Derek. I like his goalie situation a lot. I think he's competing right there with Neil for the kind of the top goalie situation. Um, it's gonna be a good one though, but Derek should take it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I think with the Bruins duo, the Bruins have 4 games this week. They're probably winning all 4. Like, you know,
Odds are 3, at least.
yeah. And they already won one. They took out Montreal the other night. Ooh,
Tough.
tough opponent. But his Bruins goalie should take him. He has good forwards too. Darlene's been pretty hot lately. Like he should take this.
Yeah, definitely worth the 7.
Yeah, I still probably wouldn't go 7. I'm stingy though. Like
He's killing it though, to be honest.
yeah, I didn't think he would hold up though this season. I thought he would slow down, but yeah, good for him. Like,
Yeah.
Patrick Rumble, 7-8-0 in 11th place, taking on Wonton Soup, 4-10-1, 13th place. This is probably the matchup that Pacioretty needs. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Pacioretty is gonna make it two in a row. Ready to rumble. He's also made a bunch of trades to help improve his team. Uh, yeah, it's good. I think this is a perfect tweak to make him more relevant.
Yeah, I agree. I think he needs to win this.
Yeah,
You can't be like I'm a contender when you can't beat the guy down the playoffs. So I think he needs this win. So he's gonna pull out the stops and make the deals he needs to kind of remain relevant. So big matchup here, the last one. I think this is probably the biggest matchup of the week. Just look at this the standing. Well, I can't say that when 12th through 5th are like 4 points apart. Like so maybe it's not the biggest one, but Neil 8-6-1 in 5th place, taking on Corey here at 10-3-2 in 2nd place. Let me ask you, who do you got?
I got myself. I
That's
like where
funny.
my team's at. I don't have much to comment on. My goalies are in rough shape, but I have four goalies on bad teams, but still starters for the most part for now. So I'm at least getting my starts, but he has the better goalies. But I think my players will take it though.
I'm gonna go with Neil. And I think the opposite. I think his players might take it. Pasternak's been on fire. Panarin's been on fire. Like that's just two guys. Those are probably his best two forwards, but like they're tearing it up. You know, and then you got the goaltending. Like I think his goaltending will beat yours. Like you said, you have a bunch of shitty team goalies, and I think those are valuable points to give up in this matchup. So I'm gonna go against you this week.
Yeah, you're entitled to your opinion.
I
I'll
am.
uh, I'll say I think you were right in saying that this is the biggest matchup, but it's not. It's the most interesting one. It's the only one that we all didn't vote the same on. Yeah,
Yeah.
those 7 matchups, the four of us all voted the same same
Really?
way. Yeah, this is the only one where
What was the split?
Me and Travis went for me, and you and Kyle went for Neil.
Interesting.
Yeah, all the 7 other ones are the exact same.
Well, yeah, they were pretty easy.
Yeah, they're very like high and low this week. So it was an interesting one, except for mine. So I think it's gonna be a big matchup. It's gonna be fun.
This is like, do you want to play those teams though? Because you want to match up to see how your team matches against a guy who's gonna be in the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
Like
we
what are your
tied week one.
strengths?
We tied
Yes.
week one too. So
Oh,
yeah,
this is second and fifth. He could easily drop down to seventh, and this could be a
yeah,
first round matchup, right? Like
yeah,
so, like it's this is a potential playoff matchup. So it's good to just kind of gauge your roster versus his. It's gonna be a big matchup for that. There's some other ones that are pretty important, right? Because of the clusterfuck that's between 12th and 5th.
yeah, yeah. Like Travis and Mark, it's a big matchup for sure. Right,
Yeah. I think you had what Braden and
Braden
Derek.
and Derek. That's another big one. We
One of
all
them
we
might
all went
fall
with
into a
Derek
playoff
though.
spot.
Yeah.
You know,
So
so
That Derek loss makes it really interesting.
oh yeah, it would.
Yeah,
It's gonna be an interesting week. Maybe not as exciting as a couple where we had that span of like 3-4 weeks where everyone was playing each other.
that was
Uh,
fun.
but it's still a very important week. Maybe not so much for us, but someone cares.
Oh yeah, it's fun to watch. I
It's
love
fun
it.
to watch. I find it more entertaining to watch their matchups right now because I want to see what's going on.
Yeah, I've definitely been watching a lot more lately about the other matchups through the week.
You need to
No,
care.
yeah,
Your playoff team now. You need to know what you're up against.
trash, garbage.
For the most part, yeah, I agree. We'll see next week. Next week, double week though, double week, and me and you. It's gonna be an interesting span, especially like our offense going off against each other. So I know you're big
Yeah,
on
well,
those offensive players, right? But it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
I got a lot of grit this year, so
I think I'll still outgrit
everybody
you.
does a little bit of grit. Yeah, you go full grit with your D man compared to most people, though, I find.
Yeah, I typically don't care for offense from the defense. That's just a bonus to me. Like I want a guy who grinds real hard. Like
It'll depend on like I think Anderson's status at that point, right?
yeah, because he went down
If
tonight.
he's out.
I don't know what happened exactly, but some of the comments weren't pretty. Like it looks like he broke his arm, so I don't know what happened to him, but he obviously got hit or crushed or something. If something's breaking his arm, unless he's that fragile, he's trapping a slap shot and his arm breaks. I
See,
don't think
so
he's that fragile. But don't worry,
sustains upper body.
Veg will guide me.
Yeah, and it's not only can pick up his backup too, right? With Kyle, with Koch.
Well, yeah, because like if they call Koch up, he's probably starting over Ranta anyway. Ranta's just like the placeholder backup.
Yeah, he's there. He knows his role. He's okay with it.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a big week. I can't wait next week to see what the standings look like. But thanks for joining me again, Corey.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. A lot of fun to try out hockey. A lot to talk about this week.
A lot to talk about. I felt like we're about to go through the second timer here, so it's a big episode. We crammed a lot into this, but it was a lot worth saying. So,
Yeah,
uh,
a lot
as
of trades
always,
too.
yeah, a lot of trades. I want to see them keep coming. You know, I want to see more trades. I mean, we know Domo's gonna make trades. It's almost the weekend. I'm just the victim this week where he's trying to beat me with that. So
Yeah,
I got to hold strong.
maybe he'll want to trade you more to take the man games away from you.
Maybe. I doubt it. He doesn't like what I have left. Well, anything that he likes, I'm not willing to move. So,
Fair.
but good luck everyone this week. Thanks for watching, and I forgot to say it's not you though, Domo. No good luck to you.
That's the kindest farewell you said yet.
That's true. I feel bad for him already. It's like picking on the underprivileged. Uh, I don't want to do that to him. He has like two keeper worthy players, maybe. Somehow he's in a playoff spot. I don't.
You've been doing it to a son for years.
It's just man game, man game, man game. I'm just gonna out man game you until I can't make trades, and then I'm just gonna fizzle out.
We'll see.
I said enough cruel things about him that it makes up for the nicety that I did in my sign off. Good luck, everyone.
See
Said you
ya.
don't. Fuck off.